Hello everyone, Luke Smith here. It is Monday 23rd of September. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Today I want to talk about flooding in the UK. I know I made a video similar to this a couple of days ago where it was flooding earlier, like a couple of years ago. Now I feel it flooded a little bit worse over the weekend and today. So halfway into like the later half of last week, we had the rain, and it got a bit torrential, especially Friday and over the weekend in the south. Now we are not really in the south. We're just outside of North London, like 30 minutes away from outer North London. But where we live is like a valley. We live in the bottom of a valley, and it goes up that way and it goes up there essentially, and that's basically the same thing where I work, because where I work is like more or less the same. And when it rains, yes, it tends to flood in our area, but not as bad as it did at the weekend and Friday. So it rained and it rained and it rained some more, and essentially because our garden is on a slant like that, and then it levels off when it gets to the back door, like the pathway coming down. So obviously at the bottom there was a few inches of water on the ground, and the drainage system, because it had so much water in it from the rain, wasn't going into the drain, so we basically had to like sweep it into the grass. Essentially it was like it was soaking wet. And Sunday when I had to go to the circus, I was basically like walking through it, because there was like no way to like walk around it. It was like outside, because I had to take like big strides out, and then through the side of the house, and then outside the front, which that's another thing. At the front gate, there's a little bit of a dip there. It's a shallow dip, but when that fills with water, you do know it. Sometimes there's ducks swimming in that thing. But yeah, it was really bad, and like on the news it basically showed you flooding around the area, flooding in the south, because the south was a lot worse. It was really bad. And today, when I had to go to work, we had to take a different route, because the part of the road that goes around the roundabout that leads onto the motorway was underwater, and there was a broken down van and there was a broken down car who decided the best thing to do was go through it, and of course it basically flooded their engine and smoked them up. So they wasn't able to get any further, so they had to call like the AA or something. I don't know, depends who you're with. But today it wasn't as bad. It said it was going to be more torrential rain. However, it was just a little drizzle of rain here and there today, so it wasn't that bad. Like in my area it wasn't bad. I'm pretty sure down south it was even worse, and I hate to think what it did to the Isle of Wight, because that thing's underwater for the most of the time anyway. It is a shame, because I do like the Isle of Wight. We did have a little bit of thunder today though. I did hear a bit of thunder in the air, and we did have thunder over the weekend as well. So yeah. Also, yes, when I was at the circus, they had to cut it short, like 30 minutes short, so they just squeezed as much as they could in, and like they did like the ending performance as well, so that to squeeze that in, mainly because the tent was leaking water. It was getting into the electronics, the power cut, and they got it back on to do the generator, but the water was just bloody swamping the floor of of the actual arena, so they had to cut it short anyway. And like outside, it was basically torrential rain as we went outside as well. So the road coming out was flooded, the other roundabout was flooded, and the actual showground, even though the showground was fine, some of the paths were a bit flooded as well, because it was on the Hearts County showground in Redbourne, or just outside of Redbourne. So yeah, but luckily we saw most of it. It was mostly all done, and I need to edit that video tonight so I can put it out tomorrow night. So yeah, I did get some good footage though, so that was fine. So yeah, tomorrow looking to be quite dry. I can actually have a look on here. Tomorrow is looking to be dry. It says it's raining now, which it's true. It is raining now. It's not as bad, obviously. So it's saying that is like 92% chance of rain, more or less. But tomorrow is going to be nice and dry. Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, yes, we may get a bit more rain, but the weekend looks to be good. It's just going to be very cold, and if you look right there, if it'll come up, please let it come up. Yo, there it is. If you look there, you can see where all the rain is. So yeah, it's basically most days of the week. It's going to be it's going to be a bit wet on the ground. There has been like videos of like mini tornadoes everywhere. I mean, I haven't seen any, but like someone driving along the M25 and like southbound saw like a little tornado whirling around. It's like, really, in the UK? But yeah, it has got pretty bad, and I'm pretty sure it's done some property damage as well to people's houses. I do know that someone's had their lightning strike their roof, and it caught fire. Luckily, they put it out, obviously. But yeah, it has got pretty bad. So hopefully after this week we're going to have a dry one and the water will be gone, so it would have washed away. The UK is not really known for protecting themselves against water. We're not Florida. So yeah, I think that'll be it for today. Tomorrow I'll be having a circus vlog out, obviously. Wednesday will be the GeoGuessr one, and we'll see what happens after that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.